Give, send. Go founder gets caught lying on Austin Metcalf supporters.
Hundreds of campaign emails requesting us to take it down. So you got both. You can see the support on one side, and then in the behind the scenes at GiveSendGo, we're fielding a lot of requests to remove it.
Now, Karmelo isn't your first high-profile, controversial campaign. Has the attention and criticism been different for his, and if so, how?
Yeah, I don't think it's been really much different than some of the other campaigns that we've had in the past. I think the setting around it is slightly different. In the past, it happened to be people that were more maybe engaged on the political right, needing a defense fund, versus potentially on the politically left, which I wouldn't necessarily say that's Carmelo's family. I don't really necessarily know that. It does seem like the lines are being drawn along those lines.
And how do you know Daniel Penny was on the right? Daniel Penny never said two words. And what he did, like, how do you know Kyle Rittenhouse was on the right? Just because he, like, those two men, what they did had nothing to do with right or left, other than that I don't know, man. But watch him say that there's a lot of backlash against Kyle Rittenhouse and Daniel Penny. And then he's going to turn around and the next minute and say, yeah, it's unprecedented that people are trying to get this.
But we did when we had campaigns like for Kyle Rittenhouse or the Daniel Penny campaign, you saw a lot of people on the left really coming at us, wanting us to take it down. And now it seems like the tables have turned a little bit. We've sat in the middle and said, hey, listen, in America, we have the presumption of innocence until proven guilty in a court of law, not public opinion. And these are very, very valuable principles to uphold as a society. And so we're going to let this play out the way that it should.
So you didn't take it down for Kyle Rittenhouse. You left it up because innocent until proven guilty. But these same people, now these people want you to take down the fund for Carmelo Anthony. Got it.
Yeah, it seems like that there's a double standard. I typically would look at myself and say I'm lean conservative, lean to the right. This is just who I am and how I think around things. And I was pretty shocked where I saw.
There's no way you're a conservative. No way, fucktard. I don't believe you. I don't believe him at all.
Saw some of people that I would say that have similar ideas around certain things as me when they began to play into a racial narrative that was really destructive.
Yeah.
And I said, what the heck? I've been trying to call them out because I don't think it's good for society. I think when you stand on principle, which is what we've done, that it actually is a unifying force in society. It actually levels the playing field. That's the good thing about principles, is that they apply to everyone equally. And so when you apply them to everyone equally, it actually unifies people. But when you begin to chip away and say, well, this rule for you, but not for me, or vice versa, and start canceling all those different things, you begin to create this tribal nature that we find ourselves in. I think a lot of platforms have done that over the past 10 years. We're saying no more. At GiveSendGo, we don't do that.
Respect.
Jacob, I really want to touch on something that you just mentioned, because you talked about how your politics do historically lean right and conservative, but you're seeing a disconnect between people who may share some of the fundamental beliefs that you share politically or your ideology. And there's a disconnect that a lot of people might say is more radicalized. How do you separate yourself and your initiatives like this one from people who want it to look a certain way because they share the same politics or potentially because they're the same skin color?
I think we just take it back. We try to take it right back to truth. What are the fundamentals? And pull back from the emotion. I get this is a highly emotionally charged, like a young boy has lost his life. Not a good situation. And another young boy is potentially, you don't know what the jury's going to decide when all the evidence is potentially his family is affected. His life is affected for the rest of his life because of this situation. It's a very emotionally charged situation. I get that. But when you step into these difficult situations, you have to say, well, I can't get wrapped up in the emotion and go after clickbait, getting people to follow me as a result of saying things that, push certain narratives. You got to step back and say, well, what's the underlying principle in these campaigns and the opportunity for them to be equally applied across the board? And that's where we rest ourselves. And so it does kind of make us a pariah of both sides. And I say,
Everybody hit the like button, man. Smash the like button. This guy's full of shit because he's talking about racism, right? Coming from the right, right? But he look at this. Look at the comments from the Carmelo Anthony GiveSendGo that's on his site. That's on his site. Like these are the comments on his site, GiveSendGo.
Carmelo Anthony family GiveSendGo for him, where he's raised over $500,000. Kimmy for $10 says, don't worry about him dropping soap. He'll be at home. Austin will never need soap again, with 3 middle fingers. You think you can be mean? I can be meaner! Exclamation. And thanks for the money again, dummy. Here's more money for Carmelo. Anonymous giver, $10. White American males are by far the most inferior victimhood race of people I've ever seen. I really wish people would get rid of these bedwenches. Black male cucks for white, like Charleston White, who's a degenerate.
Bedwenches. That's a new one.
They can just attack black boys. I joined a militia and been training self-defense since I seen these cowards attack Mello. I'll be in Dallas ready. Coward. Okay, so now he's claiming he saw these people attack Carmelo. Okay. FBA, $15. Honestly, even if Carmelo stabbed Austin for no reason at all, I'd still donate and support. Whites have gotten away with killing us for hundreds of years. I could care less about white lives. Wow. That's intense.
So this is the thing. He doesn't recognize this because these are black people, and you know how it is. Black people can't be racist. He's one of those black people can't be racist types. So he just ignores all of this. This doesn't even count. But when a white person writes a racist comment, it's like, oh, see, like, yeah, well, this racist it's unprecedented. It's a double standard. I can't believe that they would be supportive of Kyle Rittenhouse, and then they're against this guy. Like, he can't be conservative, man. This guy cannot be conservative. I just don't believe it. But yeah, this woman.
Yeah, is that Claudia Jordan?
Who's Claudia Jordan? Oh, that white looking black lady. Yeah, she's Claudia Jordan. Yeah,
she doesn't look the same.
She's not black, she's mixed.
Yeah.
Wasn't she on that Vivica Fox show?
Vivica Fox, what?
Was it like Fox Soul or something like that?
Yeah. I don't know if she's still on there, but she was on there. Yeah.
So a so-called Karen in Rochester, Minnesota goes full-on crash-out mode at a park, and now she's begging for cash online while the dude filming her might be a straight-up PDF file. Yep, it's that messy. So let's watch this video now together, and please subscribe.
You call him a child? Did you call the child the word? It is my own business. You call him a Okay, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again? Okay, all right, that's what you say.
He's not offended.
Why is he shaking his head and looking at the camera like, look at what she did?
That little kid, you call him the little child? Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He's offended by proxy.
So that gives you the right to call the child 5-year-old the N-word. That's what he's gonna act. That's what you're gonna call him. You know, that's a hate speech. And you can be recorded for that. Okay, we'll see about that, what the internet has to say about you.
So this mom, Shiloh Hendricks, who is 36 and is unemployed, is apparently living her best chaos life because she caught a young boy swiping something from her 18-month-old son's diaper bag at a park. So she tracks this boy down, calls him out, and word is that this boy that swiped something from her diaper bag is actually autistic, though I personally cannot confirm that, so don't at me. Things escalate faster than a TikTok trend, as you can see here, and enter Sharmaik Bale Omar, a 32-year-old dude who starts recording her, follows her to her car, and posts the whole thing online. And Tizzy Entertainment jumps in, asking the internet to help identify her, to bring accountability to this situation.
God help us. She claims that other child took her son's belongings. That's what kicked this off. The guy who recorded the video is familiar with the other child. When he brings his children there, that child and his siblings are often there and play together. The kid she's going after has autism. He doesn't behave in a neurotypical way. And even if he didn't have autism, nothing he could have done would justify her calling him slurs and pursuing him physically, which is what she says she was doing before this guy intervened. He said after he stopped recording, she sat down, hurled more slurs, told him and his wife that they should leave the country, and then got on the phone and acted like she was calling someone to come down there and handle things. Fortunately, no one came. And eventually she packed up her child and left. But this woman is a danger to children. She doesn't need to be on a playground or around other kids.
Not the pedophile.
She has at least
the
one child of
playground
her own,
with
which
other
is also
children.
concerning.
Okay.
So Rochester, Minnesota, someone do me a favor.